Hi, hello viewers. Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to calculate for empirical formulas and the main molecular formulas. Alright, so just stay tuned to the end of this video to learn how to calculate for empirical formulas and molecular formulas of an unknown compound. Now let's identify this, or let's consider this question. It says an organic compound X contains 40% of carbon, 6.67% of hydrogen, and the rest of the percentage being oxygen. If X has a relative molecular mass of 60, determines its empirical formula and molecular formula. And we are given the mass number of hydrogen 1, carbon 12, and oxygen 16. Alright, now let's simply do that. We are told that the organic compound X, we don't know the formula which we are trying to identify, contains carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in this particular ratio. 40% of carbon, 6.67% of hydrogen. And we are not told the percentage of oxygen, but we can simply identify that we know percent is over 100, and 100 minus 40 minus 6.67, which means if we do that, 53.33 becomes the percentage of oxygen, because if you add all these values, you are going to get what? 100, right? Right, so we've identified the percentage of oxygen. Now let's simply solve. First step, you have to divide each percentage by their mass numbers, by their respective mass numbers. And the mass number of carbon is 12, hydrogen is 1, and oxygen is 16. And if we simply do that, 40 divided 12 gives us 3.33, and this simply gives us 6.67, and 53.33 divided by 16 gives us 3.33 also. Now, what is the second step? The second step is to identify the least number here and divide all moles. This is called number of moles. Divide the number of moles by the least number. Now, if you look at these variables here, the least number here is 3.33, right? So we divide all number of moles by 3.33, and this gives us 1. This gives us 1, and if we also do that, this gives us 2. So the empirical formula, which is the ratio formula of this particular compound, or that unknown organic compound, is carbon, which is 1, hydrogen 2, and oxygen 1. So this is the empirical formula. But we are told to identify the real formula. How do we identify the real formula? We are given a hint that the relative molecular mass of this is equal to 60, right? So it simply means that something is multiplying this particular formula to give us 60. Because if we calculate the relative molecular mass of this empirical formula, it won't give us 60, right? So let's do that. Carbon is 12, hydrogen is 1 times 2, which is 2 plus 16. So if we calculate this simply gives us 30. It didn't give us 60. It means that something is multiplying to give us 60. How do we identify that n? N will be equal to the relative molecular mass that was given to us in the question divided by the relative molecular mass of the empirical formula, which we have calculated here to be 30. So 60 divided by 30 is 2. So since we've identified that the n here is 2, it simply means that this empirical formula times 2 will give us the main formula. So what this means is C times 2 gives us C2, H2 times 2 gives us H4, and oxygen times 2 gives us this. So if we calculate the molecular mass of this particular compound now, we'll get 60. So this is the main formula, and then this is the empirical formula. If you enjoy watching this video, make sure you subscribe to this page, like this page, and drop a comment. Bye for now, and have a nice day also.